Alright guys, my name is John Thrower and I'll be giving you a tutorial on building your own home and what steps I took to make it easier. I'll also be giving you some education on what to do to make it easier for your selves. Alright, so the first step, you got to understand, what you're dealing with, okay? The first step that I did and I learned is that me as a man, I can walk through a framed home and kind of visualize everything there is to it. I don't really have to see it, but I'm good with dimensions, I'm good with numbers, so I can tell how big things are. My wife, on the other hand, is more visual. So if I throw numbers at her, she's not going to understand that. And she can't visualize that. The only thing that she visualizes is actually when she sees it. So if we were to walk in a framed house that just was framed, she couldn't visualize what I could. So with me knowing that, I took that information and I came up with a plan to start our process to build our home. So the thing that you'll need is two things. You'll need a, tape measure and time. What I did is took my wife on, I think we went to 25 open houses. When we walked in, I capitalized on the things she liked. In some open houses, she's like, I like these bedroom sizes. Once she said that, I keyed in, got my tape measure out, measured it, and wrote it down. Kid bedroom sizes, 12 by 12. The next home we walked in, she was like, I like this layout of the living room and kitchen. So what I did, I made a mental note, measured the living room, then I measured the kitchen, wrote it down, put living room and kitchen. In some houses we went to, we walked in the master bedroom. She did not like the size, said it was too small. So I knew it had to be bigger than, I measured it, had to be bigger than 15 by 15. I made a note of that. Dining room area, the same thing. I went through this process with her for about 3 weeks, for a month. And by the end, I had the inside layout of the home that we wanted. Now, for purposes in my situation, I have 4 girls. I know I'm going to have grandchildren. My parents are getting up in age. So we were building a house for the future. So we didn't have to change later. In case my parents had to come live, in case her parents had to come live, we wanted to make sure we were ready for anything that happened. Grandchildren, all of that. So we decided to have a plan that had a walkout basement that we can utilize that space. So we found out the dimensions, the inside, what we wanted. We knew the layout that we wanted. And the last thing I did was drive around, and builders will tell you this, that they can make a floor plan on the outside look like anything structurally. So we did that. We drove around, she found one that she liked. We took it to an architect, and bam, I had a plan, a set of plans, very good plans, paid about $1,500 for them. And I had the inside dimensions that we wanted. I had the outside 3D where she could see everything. She knew the sizes she was getting, and we were on our way. That was step one. Step two is that now that I had a plan, I had to figure out the lot I needed. So that is key. Most people go out and they look at land, but they don't have a plan. So they'll buy land and then all of a sudden they get a plan later and it doesn't even fit the lot that they're building on. Because it could be several things. Of course, if you buy 2 acres of flat land, and it's going to work for you. But if you're in an area where it's booming and the economy is rising, prices are going up, you're not going to get an acre at a reasonable price. You might be getting 0.3 acres, or 0.4 acres. And what's important is What is the dimensions of that lot? My house is 115 foot long. So when I bought my land, it sloped. I had to make sure I had the frontage to cover that. So the frontage of my two lots, well, I had to buy two of them, was 175 feet. So I was good. So I bought 3.7 acres, but I had to buy two lots, merge them together, and total frontage I had is 175 feet. Then I went down as far, I had plenty of time, plenty of space to go back behind it. Another thing I had to do is I bought sloped land, so I had to walk the lot. Because there's bad slope land and there's good slope land. I want to make sure I had a natural slope, so I walked the lot, and once I can walk it unassisted with anything or without a rope, I knew it was good. The third thing I did was I have a septic, but I had paid for extra holes to see what kind of rock I would be hitting, or if I would hit rock at all. I went back further feet. I dig, didn't hit rock. Okay, can you go back further? Dig, didn't hit rock. So I knew that this was going to be a good lot for me, because if you hit rock, that incurs an extra price. So I bought this lot. It fit my plan. I had the dimensions I needed, the frontage I needed. The lot fit the land that I bought. I didn't have to change my plan. I was already ready to go. Now, for people buying flat land, the same thing applies. If you're not buying a whole acre or 2 acres and you're buying a lot, you got to make sure you have the frontage, the dimensions. So looking at your plan, if your house is 88 foot long by 55 depth and your lot is 76 by 95, oh, it's not going to work, because based on the covenants, you won't be able to do that. So make sure you have your plan first, because decide what type of house you're going to have, whether you need a flat lot, you're going to go with a slope lot. Don't buy a lot and then try to get a plan that works. Get what you want, design what you want, and find the land that fits that lot. All right, the third step, like I said, once I was sure about the lot, we had the house laid out. We cleared the land. We knew exactly where the home was going to be. You know, I had certain steps I had to do. If you don't have a lot that fits your plan, there's two things that you can do. One, look for another lot. Two, if it has a lot right beside it, you can buy both of those lots. Once you buy both the lots, you can merge the lots. And that is going to take you approximately about $6,300 to complete the process from start to finish, to file with the county, to get it resurveyed, to get it combined. That's about $6,000 worth of fees. So those are the steps that you need to start building. So take this information, and this is how you start your process. The next video, I'll be talking about how to pick the right builder and the difference between the actual cost plus and what builders don't want you to know. Thanks. See you again tomorrow, same time. Tune in to my channel, subscribe. Let me know if this information is good for you. Let me know if you learned something. I want the feedback. Thanks, guys.